Hey lovers, it's PDH with Love on Tour, and that there behind me is the Carnival Mardi Gras. Stop right now in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Let's get it. Hey lovers, it's PDH with Love on Tour. This is one of many of our reviews on the Mardi Gras, the Carnival Mardi Gras that is, reborn, brand new, and it's gorgeous. This trip was a few months back and I had a blast. The ship is grand and beautiful and really something special. Now, I absolutely hated the embarkation process, but I talked to you about that in another video. I'll leave that right there, leave it alone. But once you're actually on the ship, it was fine. It was definitely a beautiful experience. Now let's get to some of the good stuff. So this is the Grand Plaza, which spans literally 3 levels from the 6th deck, from deck 6, 7, all the way up to 8. And it is spectacular. It's one of their statement pieces here on the Mardi Gras. The Grand Plaza was one of few places that had live music, performances. It was also the bingo spot. Now that was my first bingo time and my last bingo time. 1-0. I had probably 10 cards, and I know you can't always win, but I felt like a sucker. I lost every card. But the stage was contemporary and had one of those moving LED screens in the back that really enhanced the performance shows that they put on just about every day. Now the ship is set up in different neighborhoods or areas, and we'll take a look at each of these real quick so you can get a feel for how the ship breaks down and where everything is. The French Quarter. The French Quarter takes its inspiration from the Big Easy. The jazz club feel was special and authentic. The attention to detail was considerable. Just check out the lights at the Brass Magnolia. Even the lights were set up like horns. I mean, it was really, really cool. Look at the detail in the ceiling. Very well thought out space, and it felt special. Now, the staple of this area, of course, was Emerald's Bistro, which was a specialty restaurant, and we'll have a separate video for all the restaurants and food at a later date. But there was lots of seating, and then, of course, you have bars everywhere. In this particular area, you had the Fortune Teller Bar. Next up was one of my favorites, Summer's Landing. This is where guys pick an anchor. The barbecue spot is settled at, as well as a perfect spot for Sunday football. Let me tell you, on Sundays, this place got packed out. I mean, it was standing room only in front of the televisions. So definitely get there early if you plan to have a seat in front of one of the massive televisions there and watch some good old football. Now, they also did have live performances there, and I'll go into details again about the food and the dining in a different review. But the live performances there were cool as well. They did some Stevie Wonder and some cover songs, and it was a nice little dance area for people to get up and dance and just have a good time. And man, there was a Cupid Shuffle, and I can't tell you how many times I saw the Cupid Shuffle on this cruise ship. It was crazy. This is also where you find the ice cream truck. I can see your mouth watering from there. Unfortunately, I'm lactose intolerant. Hey, don't make fun of the afflicted. But it was definitely had a lot of volume and a lot of traffic there at the ice cream truck on most days. Now, right outside the door is a cool little spot to hang out at one of the pools, and this pool was always jam-packed. It was always people out there, and you wouldn't even know this space was there unless you walked through the door. It took me probably 3 or 4 days before I even went out there and saw all of this seating area. La Piazza is the home to the Italian restaurant. I had some great lasagna there, some Alfredo fettuccine there. It also has a couple of bars there as well. This is also the area that you find that 24-hour pizza joint. I don't know if it's actually 24 hours. It was open late, I think 3 a.m. And the pizza was actually good. I usually don't go for that thin sliced pizza, but it was really, really good. It was fresh and authentic and had a good flavor to it. This is also where the panini spot is. And man, I didn't get to try a panini, but it looked really, really good. That's the great thing about the Mardi Gras. They had a lot of this included food everywhere, and it was all very, very different. A lot of people did take advantage of the panini.
It's a fantastic little spot.
Now, the upper deck is where a lot of the fun happens. I believe this was on deck 15, and this is where you found the roller coaster, the boat, ultimate sea coaster, and you also had the rope course and the mini golf course, basketball, the pool deck, and a few other fun spots there at the top of the ship. This is at the top of the ship. This is also where the kiddie pool and the kiddie area was as well, and that was extensive and looked like to be a lot of fun. Now, we've already talked about the Grand Plaza and how they had live music there, bingo, but this was really a very cool space, and it was large with 3 or 4 decks. Now, the Mardi Gras Theater was actually a little small considering how big the ship was, and there was no upper level there in the theater, but it housed the Rock Revolution show and also the M Theory show, which was a magic and mentalist type show. Both shows were pretty good. The Rock Revolution show was certainly more elaborate, and I had a good time at both. Now, the Limelight Club was the spot for karaoke, and it also was where they did the nightclub at night. And please, somebody tell me, why do you guys love the Cupid Shuffle so much? I mean, you've been getting it in every time I looked around. Nothing but fun. Now, the Punchline, of course, is the comedy club, and that's the space that you already know what happens. The comedians come in there and they lay it down. Now to my favorite space. This was the Havana area for sure. My absolute favorite spot. I actually booked a suite here, but it was moved, and I have a video coming on that and that debacle and how it all worked out for the best. But this was a place for great music, great dancing, a great atmosphere. You definitely found the lovers here. So if you're lovers and you want kind of that romantic feel, definitely make your way to the Havana area. It was absolutely fantastic, and I mean, I enjoyed it so much every night. The piano bar was cool, but I really do wish they had some jazz music there on one of the nights that I was there. It would have been nice to hear some jazz piano there. It was mostly like cover songs and a little bit of sing-along, not much, but all in all, it was okay. Well, lovers, this brings an end to our adventure on the Carnival Mardi Gras. The ship is splendid and spectacular and has all of these great elements to it that makes it incredibly special. Now, I wasn't on the original Mardi Gras, but from what I hear, there are several passengers on now that was on the original Mardi Gras back in the day. But I can tell you that they've done a fantastic job with the entertainment. Some of the food choices were fantastic, and the ship is big and beautiful. What I love most, I love this Excel suite that I'm in here with the wraparound balcony. Let me tell you, if you can do it, this is the way to go. Absolutely fantastic. Something else I loved about my trip was the Havana bar. I mean, I got my salsa on every single night. I was grooving and moving, and let me tell you, it was spectacular. It was the best. And then our cruise director, Chris, the Flying Scotsman, was fantastic. He brought energy every single time I saw him. Every time he introduced something or did a show, he brought fantastic energy. So I love the Carnival Mardi Gras. It was a great experience, and Carnival definitely has something special up its sleeve. Remember, we have a group trip September 3rd, 2022, right here on this ship, the Carnival Mardi Gras. And then after that, I'll be cruising their brand new Carnival celebration. Can't wait for that too. So we'll catch you next time. Remember, it's love above all, love will travel, and I'll catch you next time. Peace. So that's it for this episode of Love on Tour. Remember, it's love above all, love will travel, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.